Tashitale Namaste Kalai Vanakum Funing Gonglam Huaning Guanling Salam Sujatra, Salam Hormat, Salam Siang. A very good morning to His Holiness, distinguished guests of all multi-faith and racial. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Interfaith Harmony Gathering with today's theme of Globalization and Religion. We are delighted to welcome all of you, our esteemed guests, to the Interfaith Harmony Gathering with the theme Globalization and Religion. What's the role of interfaith harmony? As our world becomes more interconnected, the importance of interfaith dialogue and collaboration cannot be overstated. This gathering aims to promote understanding, promote a platform for representatives of various faiths, tradition to share insights into the topic of interfaith harmony and fostering a deeper understanding and appreciation of our diverse spiritual heritages. Encourage dialogue, facilitate open and respectful conversation about the challenges and opportunities presented by globalization to religious communities and interfaith relations. Build bridges, strengthen the relationship between different faith groups, encouraging collaborative efforts in addressing global issues such as peace building, environmental sustainability, and social justice. Inspire action, motivate participants to engage in initiatives that promote harmony, unity, and shared value across religious and cultural boundaries. Let us begin this enriching experience that celebrates our shared humanity and explore the vital role of interfaith harmony in a globalized world. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off our very first welcome address, we have this religious advisor for the Malaysian Buddhist Consultative Council. He's also a religious advisor for Theravada Buddhist Council of Malaysia and also the abbot of Sri Lanka Buddhist Temple sent to Kuala Lumpur. Also the founder and spiritual advisor to Maha Karuna Buddhist Society and also the Chief Adhikarana Sangha Nayaka of Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, join me and welcome on stage now for his welcoming address, the Most Venerable be Sri Saranankara Nayaka Maha.
Let us welcome all of you, this audience today. His Holiness, your being here is giving the great honor to the Malaysian Interfaith Harmony. Other religious faith represented the Archbishop, Venerable, you represent the Chief High Priest in Malaysia, Sri Dhammanandana Thera, Dato Oxman, and Dr. Suresh, as well as for the other religious faith harmonies, respectable Sangha members, brothers and sisters. It's a really honor, it's a wonderful opportunity. I won't take much time for to welcome each and everyone personally. I personally believe it. Today, each and every second minute is very important. Such a renowned, wonderful people being around here. We should not waste any single second, time, minute to long period to discuss. Wonderful speakers are here today. It's giving a lot of strength. It's giving a lot of wonderful spirit. The harmony, how important. Interfaith harmony, how important. The Malaysia is a wonderful place. will contribute that particular subject, co-religion existing with a harmonious manner. Brothers and sisters, it will symbolize today's gathering itself. It will appear in each and every one of you today present over here. How wonderful the people, different faith, in together same place, same platform, with the one vision. Nothing else, we have unity. Nothing else, great metta, love to one another. Nothing else, great compassion. You maintain such a humane qualities in the person, mind and heart. That's the reason each and every one of you are being present here that moment. I my high respect each and every participant, especially Holiness, you're present here today. I seen that day, birthday, how accommodating you are, each and every young children to the old age. Each and every one of you got a place in your heart. Each and every one of you got great compassion, love in your heart to us contributing. That alone we are blessed. The Malaysia being blessed today, being you are present here with other, the renounced, the speakers, renounced people being here today in Malaysia. We are very lucky to have it. Venerable, you are here. In the Malaysia, we are lucky to have it here. After 30 years, you have missing of the nearly 30 years period. Being here in this year, people are so much I seen that first day to until today, amount of people having the good comment, people having a lot of the faith. That's alone the greatest blessing to one and every one of you. Anyway, we should not spend more time over here. As I mentioned earlier, every second event is important today. Wonderful speakers are to listen in that given opportunity that platform over here. I'll be silent. Thank you very much. Highly appreciated all of you. His Holiness and the someone being here, and other religious faith group all here, and also the wonderful people, participant, audience being here. To is a great honor. Thank you very much. Highly appreciated your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Most Venerable B. Saranankara Nayaka Maha for your welcoming address. Coming up next, we have a short intro. His Holiness has great concern for the disharmony among people, religion, ideology throughout the world, and environmental degradation. He initiated a program, Pilgrimage for Active Peace, One World, One Humanity, where he embarked in a worldwide journey in 1989 to promote that. Pilgrimage for Active Peace, One World, One Humanity celebrated its Silver Jubilee about 10 years ago, back in 2014. Now, on the topic of the role of religion in a globalized world and the importance of interfaith harmony, it gives me great pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, please join me and welcome His Holiness, the 12th Chamgon Kenting Taisitupa Rinpoche, for his keynote address.
Good morning. Respected dignitaries, religious leaders, distinguished guests, and friends. It is an honor and blessing to stand before such gathering of great minds. And this spirit which brings us all together is Interfaith Harmony Gathering, Globalization and Religion. So this is not just timely, but above all, very crucial, very important. In this day and age, when humanity is reached so much of advancement, technological, education, and economy. So much. At the same time, we are so connected through our improvement and development and readily available means of communication. It is a great opportunity for all of us to learn from each other, share with each other, and uphold, first of all, our personal faith, in which we are part and parcel, to uphold it, cherish it. At the same time, part of that upholding and cherishing, then respect, appreciate the faith of everyone else. Because we are united by single principle that is most important for humanity. No one likes to suffer. Everybody likes to be happy. Every aspect of spirituality, or whatever we call it, is manifestation of that natural, pure, and unconditional, uncorruptible inner potential. Each faith have its own terminology for it, but essence is innate, uncorruptible, human potential that have no limitation whatsoever. Not only on this planet, but throughout the space. So, this way, why Interfaith Harmony gathering. That idea came out of the organizers in the first place is all the faiths are in harmony in its essence. It is. Then also each faith have its history, its tradition, it's unique. And that uniqueness is of the humanity, by the humanity, for the humanity. When I say humanity, I don't mean just human being, for all sentient beings, all mother sentient beings. We humans reached on our beautiful home, planet Earth, 8 billion and growing. And not only this, we all know all the sentient beings who are identical to us in potential and wish is innumerable, cannot be counted. At the same time, we also see the great progress and globalization in one side. And it is so wonderful. We live in a wonderful world. We must celebrate. We live in a wonderful world, beautiful world. Now, at the same time, then, we can't be blinded by our fortunateness. We see so much wonderfulness around us. For me, personally, I traveled the world since 1979, and I have seen quite a bit. An example with Malaysia, there's a number of countries like Malaysia who really resonates the 21st century. It is wonderful. At the same time, I also see and hear and learn about so many things are happening in different parts of the world where human to human conflicts and environmental degradations, I wouldn't say, which is so much so, we as a humanity is plagued. I can't say that, because we are not. But we are really burdened. So many human beings, fellow human beings, are suffering so much. And for this reason, then, our ever progressing and developing part of the world and our ever progressing the connectiveness, we should be taking opportunity this wonderful condition. I don't have to say it again and again because the organizers here knew that and they have organized this. And all the wonderful individuals and leaderships who are participating here, you knew that. That's why you are here. So, it is really our hope. The religion, the faith is very important part of humanity. Who can save humanity? The essence and principle of spirituality and religion can unite us and save the humanity. Save humanity can be misunderstood because it sounds like desperate cry. It is not. We are far from desperateness. We are doing very well. We can see. We did not lose the perspective. We are not drowning in our issues. We can see what are the issues in this world. I humbly like to say, because this is what I believe, the present day shortcomings in many parts of the world, not in Malaysia, not in few countries like Malaysia, which are doing very well, but many places, these difficulties and conflicts are the reflection of what is conflicting in our heart. Inside us, as a humanity, when there is this disharmony, incompleteness, unhealthiness inside, then it reflects and manifests outside. Out there, as these difficulties, these conflicts, and not only human-to-human conflict, environmental degradation causing so much havoc throughout the world. I know a little bit about Malaysia because I came here first time 1982. After that, I have been here quite often until 1996. So, you are so fortunate. You don't have desertification problem. You don't have a global warming, global cooling problem. Have some, little bit, but not like other places. And we know very well the earth's fertile land is just enough for 10 billion human beings' consumption. We know that in theory, but in Malaysia, if I talk about it, doesn't make sense. Because in Malaysia, everywhere there is greenery. Everywhere there is food. I tell my friends in different places, there is this paradise-like country, environment, in which starvation by not having anything to eat doesn't take place. Of course, somebody is sick or something can happen, but anybody who even don't have home can go to forest and get coconut and many other things, and even a very special fruit like king of the fruit. You know what I mean? Yes. So everywhere. And no shortage of water. Water everywhere. It is not like that all over the world. The world's water crisis going to be so serious, not in 10 years, but maybe 50 years. It will be, in 50 years, it will be very serious. The water of the earth, only 1% is fresh. And that is being contaminated day and night, constantly, 365 days per year. And this will have repercussions for even beautiful, wonderful, problem-free country like Malaysia. When the ocean rises, because ice melts, then it will affect everyone. The North Pole, the South Pole, the Central Pole, they are melting with record speed. And ocean is rising every year by a few centimeters. But when they completely melt, then ocean will be rising by huge margin. And that will affect everyone. And there is a lot one can do, of course. But I don't have the solution, you know. For me, the solution is in here. If we wish to fix a problem, first we have to identify it, then we have to have the inspiration, dedication, and wish to fix it. Then there is nothing that one cannot fix. Not by one human being, of course not. But 8 billion human beings together can fix all the human problems if we really want to. The old saying, when there is a will, there is a way. Always there is a way if we have the will. And you all leaders of your field, you have the will. That's why you are here. I know. Humbly, I know. So, this is one thing. And another thing is, we have to have clear let's say, objectives in our mind, even we are so sincere and dedicated, we still have to have clarity. So clarity comes from calm mind. If you, I, anybody, if we calm down, then the divinity manifests from within us. And that is what we call wisdom. How much knowledge we have is very good, but until it transforms into wisdom, then its efficiency will be not great. But when knowledge transforms into wisdom, then anything can be understood. Therefore, that is the best remedy for misunderstanding. If we understand, no room for misunderstanding. If we calm down, everything we can see clearly, we can hear clearly. And that is one thing. Another thing, I can't say we have to educate others. No. But that word might work. But I say we have to assist others to awaken their potential. And their potential to know that they are good. There is no bad people on earth in potential. In essence, everyone is good. Everyone is perfect. I give you a simple example. When a child is born, it is so pure. Even the people around who are not the father, who are not the mother of that child, like to hold it and communicate with it because it generates the energy of pureness, innocence, genuineness. But then, when we grow up a little bit, 8 years old, 16 years old, and one more of 8, 3 times of 8, then we become affected by everything else. And then, who love us unconditionally will be our real father and a real mother. Everybody else will have their own opinions and perceptions about us because we lost that original pureness. Now, naturally, everyone is perfect. Naturally, everything is perfect. Divine manifests through everything and everyone. And this should be, and with humility, I must say, this must be communicated to our fellow human beings that their natural, primordial, innate potential and nature is perfect. It can never be contaminated by anything ultimately. Relatively, of course, each one of us can be contaminated by so many things, but ultimately not. So people have to know they are okay, they are good. And anything that makes them think that they are lacking something, then they should know it is just temporary, not ultimate. You know, it breaks my heart, truly, when younger generation, especially younger generation, any age, but especially younger generation, there's so many self-doubt and self-negative perception. The statistics of the suicide rate throughout the world is unbelievably, unacceptably increasing. This is because they think and feel they are not what they like to be. Yes. So, therefore, they can be anything that they like to be, especially when they like to be something good, admirable, positive, wonderful. They can, because it is their innate nature. So that is another thing. And there's one last thing on this. I like to hear all the leaders or the authorities of your own background. I like to hear from you. So I don't want to take up all the time. So I have to draw a conclusion. But my last conclusion is education. Education. Education is the cornerstone for better society. Of course, all over the world, education is really, really taken very seriously. Sometimes it is even called maybe a little bit of, little bit of, let's say, pre or conceived projection. You know, education industry, but not exactly, you know, it's not that bad. But education is something that is very seriously developed throughout the world. But here, education have to be up to date. As a religious authority here, I will not say we should make all education religious, not necessarily, but essence of religion, essence of faith. Each one of our faith, its essence should be a contributing factor in the education system of humanity at large. His Holiness, Apostle of Peace, and Emory University formulated a program called C-Learning, S-E-E learning. Social, then emotional, ethical learning. Going beyond religion, essence of religion, of course, every religion, but going beyond, teaching as education, ethical learning, emotional learning, and then social. So this way, the entire education system is brought up to date. So this is, of course, adopted by hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of educational institutions. And this way, our future is our next generation. I am 71, yes. So we are in the last leg of our life. We do our best until our last breath. Of course, we do our best. But next generation are the flag holders of this generation. And they have to bring the humanity one step further. And step by step, save the humanity, save the world, etc., etc. is a nice word. But practically, tangible, clear, programmed, and formulated ways to contribute by everybody from all walks of life. But here we are representing faith, religion. So from our part, essence of each one of our faith should be a way to provide the means to improve and bring up to date the human development. Okay? So I have taken a lot of time. And thank you very much. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. My personal, humble principle, active peace for humanity, passive peace for myself. Okay. And one world, one humanity. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, His Holiness, the Church of Chamgon Kenting Taisitupa Rinpoche. Indeed, a great gathering of interfaith harmony. Thank you so much for your keynote address. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause one more time for His Holiness, for his keynote address. Thank you so much. Like what His Holiness just said in his keynote address is that he can't wait to see the various faiths coming up next to talk about the interfaith harmony on the role fostering global harmony insights from Malaysia interfaith experience. Coming up next will be the panel presentation on interfaith. Here we like to invite this person who have delivered talks and workshops on interfaith religion and harmonious conferences in over about 20 countries, including churches, temples, viharas, and etc. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite on stage the president of Global Unity Network, who will be our moderator. Let's join me and welcome Brother Shah Kirin.
I would like to invite our panels to the stage, please. Dr. Charanjit, Venerable Singkang, Professor Suresh, Prof. Osman Bakar, Most Reverend Julian Liao,
We have on stage with us Professor Emeritus Dr. Osman Bakar, Rector of International Islamic University of Malaysia. From Christianity, Most Reverend Archbishop Julian Liao, Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Kuala Lumpur. Hinduism, Professor Dr. Suresh Govin, Coordinator of Friendship Group of Interreligion. Sikhism, Dr. Charanjit Kaur, Assistant Professor, University Tunku Abdul Rahman. Buddhism, Venerable Singkang, President of the Malaysian Buddhist Bikini Association. Over to you, Brother Shah.
Okay, thank you very much to our MC, Mr. Stan Wong, His Holiness, respected elders, respected dignitaries, my brothers and sisters in humanity. I welcome you with the greeting, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Which means, may the peace, blessings, and mercy of Almighty God be upon you all. Brothers and sisters, we are very privileged to be gathered here with our fellow panelists representing different religions, different faiths, very experienced. And we are here on this Interfaith Forum. And as we know, Malaysia is a multi-religious, multi-racial, multicultural country, quite very diverse. And as a whole, as Malaysian, we have been living in peace and harmony. But we cannot take peace and harmony for granted. As we can see what is happening around us now, there's a lot of misunderstanding and conflicts which are increasingly growing globally between faith and nation. But in order to maintain the peace and harmony that we enjoy today, and also to promote peace and harmony not only within Malaysia, but also globally, we must exert effort. And today's Interfaith Forum, our theme is Fostering Global Harmony, Insights from Malaysia's Interfaith Experience. And what we want to do is actually to unfold harmonious coexistence. So with us today, we have our panels, very experienced, as you can see. Beside me is Professor Emeritus Dato Osman Bakar, Director of the International Islamic University Malaysia IIUM. He is also currently the holder of Al-Ghazali Chair of Epistemology and Civilizational Studies and Renewal at ISTEC IIUM. He has been named among the 500 most influential Muslims in the world for the past 15 years. Prof. Osman Bakar. Next, we have Most Reverend Julian Liu Beng Kim, who is the titular Roman Catholic Archbishop of the Archdiocese of Kuala Lumpur. He was ordained as a priest in 2002 and been appointed as Archbishop by the Holy Father Pope Francis in 2014. Most Reverend Julian Liu is also actively involved in various interfaith initiatives, and he is currently the Vice President of MCC BCHST. Most Reverend. We also have Dr. Charanjit Kaur, old friend, but young at age. Dr. Charanjit Kaur is an assistant professor from University Tunku Abdul Rahman, involved in various interfaith dialogues, including Dialogue Harmony in TV Al-Hijrah. She is also frequently invited as a member of the Sikh religious panel in various academic and community forums organized by local and international universities as well as religious bodies. Dr. Charanjit. We have Professor Dr. Suresh Govit, who is the coordinator for the Friendship Group for Inter-Religious Service. He was also former president of the Satya Sai International Organization in Malaysia and is currently the coordinator community engagement under the Public Outreach Committee for 119 countries for the World SSIO. Dr. Suresh. Venerable Singkan has been the abbess of Sampotong, a Buddhist temple in Kampung Baru Ampang, since 2008. Currently, Venerable serves as the president of the Malaysian Buddhist Bhikkhuni Association and is one of the founding members and the chief administrator of Vidyacharana Buddhist Resource. So we welcome all the panels. Brothers and sisters, our forum format today, we would have 2 rounds. The first round, each speaker would speak on the same topic, but from their religious perspective, from their holy scripture perspective. That will be the first round. And because of the time constraint, each panels would have only 5 minutes. But 5 minutes is actually a lot. Yes, because hearing to what Venerable Saranankara has mentioned earlier, every second is important. So in every minute you have 60 seconds. So you have 300 seconds actually, to be more precise. Okay, that will be the first round. On the second round, we will make it more interesting. It will be like a talk show. So for second round, the panels do not know what are the questions. It will be spontaneous. It will be talk show. It will be more of a discussion. And in fact, panels can also ask each other or respond to one another until we exhaust the time that we have. All right? Okay, so without any further ado, For the first round, the question for each panels would be, can you share with us what does your religion or your faith and your holy scripture teach us about peaceful and harmonious coexistence, as well as is it still relevant in today, in our global world today? So our first speaker, I would like to invite Professor Osman Bakar, please.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Peace be with you. Peace be with Malaysia and the whole world. My good friend, moderator, Shakirit, haven't seen him for a long time. My distinguished, respected panelists, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start by saying this. Islam that I understand, Islam that guides my life, inspires my thought, is what I call a dialogical religion. This is because the scripture of Islam, namely the Quran, that is a dialogical scripture. What do I mean by dialogical? It means belief in the virtues of dialogue. Belief in what is now called dialogicalism. There's the belief in dialogue as the best means to solving differences human beings. All kinds of differences, no exception. I think I've written something about this. I published a work on the Quran and interfaith dialogue, basically pointing out these elements of dialogicalism in the Quran. That was published in 2006. And I mentioned in that little book two particular verses from the Quran which shows what I mean, this dialogicalism. The first one, which is now, of course, getting very popular among people involved in the dialogue. Let me quote the verse in translation. O humankind, we, it's God speaking, we have created you from a human pair of a male and a female. We made you into nations and tribes, that you may know one another, lita'arafu, that you may know one another. Verily, the most dignified, the most honored among you in the sight of God is those who fear God, love God, and know God. This is the verse which I would say defines the spirit of dialogue, the spirit of living in harmony, interfaith. It is an affirmation of interfaith harmony because it talks about the wisdom behind diversity. Why is there diversity in the world? It's part of God's divine plan. That is that so that we may attain mutual acquaintance, to know each other at various levels of acquaintance. And this is basically an answer to the problem of mutual ignorance, which is our problem really. we are ignorant of each other as a result of so many factors: hatred, prejudice, envy, and so on. But this verse that I gotten outlines the real purpose is, despite our diversity, so that we know each other right from the most external aspect to the deepest level, until we reach that level of acquaintance at the level of the heart, not simply at the level of the mind. I think that's basically what that is about. Now, the second verse, so while the first verse that I quoted is appeal, basically from the view of the Quran, God speaks to the whole of humanity. God says, we have created you in diversity, but try to understand my purpose. That's basically what God is saying in the Quran. The other one now is not addressed to the whole of mankind, but addressed to the people of the book. Let me quote here the translation. Say, because it says, say, Muhammad, say to the people of the book, let us come together to common terms, to the common words between us and between you. So this is the Quran's invitation, as God asked the Muslims to invite the people of the book for dialogue, to dialogue on things that are common to us.
Okay, Prof, thank you very much. Very
Alright.
interesting.
Yeah?
Okay.
It's 5 minutes already?
You already.
I thought you said 5 minutes is very long.
Okay.
Okay.
Earlier,
Give me 1 minute.
we will have TBC, to be continued.
That's okay.
We will continue.
No,
Okay.
I have to respect. You are the king.
Okay. We will move on to Most Reverend Julian, please. Okay, thank you.
Can I not address the normal salutations? It will take up 2 minutes already. So, to all my friends in this hall, thank you. I'm from the Christian Catholic tradition, and the Bible, our scriptures, there are few verses, there are many verses, but I just want to quote a few from the Gospel of St. Matthew, chapter 5, verse 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, they shall be recognized as children of God. That tells us that all of us are to be instruments of peace. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 9. Never repay one wrong with another or one abusive word with another. Instead, repay with a blessing. And this is what we are all called to do, so that we will receive blessings ourselves. Galatians, on the other hand, the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, trustfulness, gentleness, self-control. And no law can touch such things. I think all of our religions teach us to do good. Next slide, please. From Luke, the Gospel of Luke, treat others as you would like people to treat you. That's our golden rule that we all the religions hold on to. From Micah 6:8, you have already been told what is right and what Yahweh, what God wants of you. Only this, to act justly, to love tenderly, and to walk humbly with your God. Underscores justice, tenderness, and humility, which all religions practice. Colossians, as the chosen of God, then the holy people whom He loves, you are to be clothed in heartfelt compassion. We heard that word mentioned earlier. In generosity and humility, gentleness and patience. Bear with one another. Forgive each other if one of you has a complaint against another. The Lord has forgiven you. Now you must do the same. Over all these, put on love, the perfect bond. Again, emphasizing compassion, forgiveness, and unity. And finally, from John's Gospel, which is the defining characteristic of a disciple, a follower of Christ. I give you a new commandment. Love one another. You must love one another as God loves us. It is by our love for one another that everyone will recognize you as my disciple. Still got time, Shah? 1 minute, okay. So in summary, we as Christians call God is love. God is love. And I think basically we are all called to love one another as God loves us. And if we can put into practice prospering your neighbor, wanting the best for the other, to be of service to one another. And I think if we can put others first before our own interests, there will be peace and harmony in Malaysia and in the world. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We heard Professor Osman Bakar said earlier that the way forward is dialogue. This is to remove hatred, misunderstanding, prejudice between one another. And also, Reverend Julian has mentioned quotes from the Bible, especially from Gospel of Matthew chapter 5 verse number 9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they should be called the children of God. So with this, I would like to move on to my sister, Venerable Singkan.
Respected sanghas, scholars, distinguished guests, and everyone in this hall, a very good morning. Okay, let us go to the next slide. Yes, the role of interfaith harmony that I categorize as three. One, fostering peaceful coexistence, mutual understanding, building respect and tolerance among individuals and communities from different religious backgrounds. Yeah. Next. Now, the concept of peaceful coexistence, to live together and in mutual tolerance, to interact with a commitment to tolerance, mutual respect, and the agreement to settle conflicts without recourse to violence. Next. In Buddhism, with its concept of Brahma Viharas, the four immeasurables, offers powerful principles that can guide how globalization and interfaith harmony contribute to peaceful coexistence. What are they? Next. Yeah, you can find it in the Maha Prashna Paramita Sutta, Sastras in the Sanskrit literature, and the Pali literature, the Metta Sutta. What are they? They are the loving kindness, compassion, empathetic joy, equanimity. They are the four wholesome and positive virtues in the human mind which can give happiness and rewarding social relationship, spiritual development, and liberation. Next. Peaceful coexistence through the concept of Brahma Viharas of Buddhism and Maqasid al-Sharia of Islam was written by Muhammad Asha. And in his conclusion, he said, share similar concepts, both share similar concepts of peaceful coexistence and prioritize love and justice as the main standard in discussing peaceful coexistence. So he has went over even to Sri Lanka to study Buddhism. Yes. And second, what is mutual understanding? His Holiness Dalai Lama did mention that mutual understanding through mutual knowledge. Interfaith dialogue provides a platform for individuals to share their beliefs, practices, and values. Through respectful conversations, participants can learn about the commonalities and differences between their faiths. And Master Ching Kung, the late Master Ching Kung, promoting mutual understanding through sincerity. How sincere it is when there are dialogues between different religions. Okay. Now, building respect and tolerance, Buddhism as well as many other religions teach that we should treat each other and every human being with respect regardless of their behavior. I think this should start from home, our home and school. Nowadays, children rarely address their parents even good morning or thank you. And I think it's not only the responsibility of leaders, this should be practiced from the home, school. And the Buddha said that the ability to feel respect is a great blessing. From the Buddhist perspective, everyone is worthy of our respect. And tolerance, it can be described as a good antidote to anger, ill will, and hatred. The Buddha described patience and forbearance as the best moral practice. Kanti parabam, tapo, ditaka, okay, idedama pada. And my conclusion is the role of interfaith harmony is transformative both on a personal and societal level. If every one of us have these positive moral values, and I don't think there will be so much of conflicts. Second, it helps build a foundation of peace, mutual respect, and understanding that can transcend religious differences and contribute to a more just and compassionate world. By highlighting commonalities, emphasizing diversity, and focusing on shared goals, interfaith dialogue can serve as a powerful tool for building long-lasting peace and harmony in society. And lastly, Buddhism core teaching of compassion, non-violence, mindfulness, interconnectedness, and liberation provide a solid foundation for both globalization and interfaith dialogue to promote peaceful coexistence. Lastly, I think we are lack of youth interfaith dialogue. And then in this hall, I think most of us are almost 60 or above 60s. So I don't see any youth in this dialogue. And we hope to promote interfaith dialogue for the youth. They will be the next generation to carry our legacy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Venerable. It is very interesting to see the 4 virtues from the Brahma Viharas. And I agree with you. We have to look into the youth because they are the future. Thank you very much. So with this, I move on to my other sister, Dr. Charanjit Kaur, please.
Good morning, good people, good souls. It's very good to be here. I'm representing the Sikh religion, and being a Sikh means actually we are supposed to honor and accept all world's religion while safeguarding their practices. And the Sikh community is known as a textual community because we are a society that based on book, which is called Guru Granth Sahib. And according to Guru Granth Sahib, it teaches us to see every being as a reflection of the divine. Therefore, it is crucial to embrace all beliefs and foster acceptance. So I personally also believe in acceptance. As His Holiness have mentioned, all people when they born, all born perfect, good, their nature are good, and we can see from babies as well. So it's true that all religions are very great, all right, good. They are teachers everyone to become a good human being. Therefore, we must accept their belief system. All right? And when we say accept, you don't question. You don't question why you practice this, practice that in the negative manner. You can question to enhance your understanding. That is very important. And of course, throughout the Sikh history, a strong dedication to core values and the protection of everyone's right to worship freely have stood out. And Sikhism also teaches that there's a one God and all people, religion, classes are interconnected because all souls come from one source or one creator. So the belief in one God fosters the idea that everyone is a part of single human family. And Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism, presented the idea of oneness of God and also oneness of human society. And this is definitely very important for us to reflect in our everyday life. Again, Sikhism do not believe in dividing people based on your caste, class, faith, gender, or nationality. So we advocate very strongly a fair and just society because everyone must be treated equally. Lastly, the Sikh role in our society is to share virtues and resources. So we are being trained to share what we have. And it is very important to create a safe environment. So this is lacking in most society, despite having very good principles of every religion, good constitution, good law and enforcement, yet we can see people feel they are not treated equally, they don't feel safe, and they don't feel a sense of belonging. So if anyone, people next to us, our neighbor, our circle, our friends are felt they are second class, they are not being treated well, so that is our responsibility to have some initiative and do something about that. And of course, the Sikh also are expected to stand against discrimination. And we have to support the marginalized society. And with that, I want to summarize the core values of Sikh religion is very much based on human dignity, When you respect a person as they are, regardless of their background, you are actually helping yourself to understand the concept of God, the concept of human society, and you are helping yourself to become a good person every day. So, practicing human dignity in our everyday life is very important. It's not easy, but it definitely can be done. I don't want to speak a lot for my first session, so I will give some time to others if you want to take my time.
Okay. Just in time for 5 minutes. Okay. So human dignity is very important. Totally agree. Now we move on to Prof. Dr. Suresh. Please.
Thank you. So, to convey the ocean of teachings of Hinduism is in 5 minutes is totally impossible. So I was thinking to myself, how should I convey that? I think this table gives me the answer. See, what we want on this table is progress, and you want prosperity. While achieving these two, you must have happiness. So to achieve this on the table, we got the basic tenets of Hinduism. Number one, it's supported by 4 legs. So this one leg is the idea that God created the creation. So this is the first concept which we all agree to, God and creation. So there is only one God and He created this whole world. Of course, it's an apparent contradiction because if you go to a temple, you will see many, many God forms. And so I'm contradicting myself, apparent contradiction. Actually, when you go into a temple, you should look up, and right at the top, there is a sign that says Om, which means to say there can be many, but ultimately there is only one God, which is Brahman, which is the supreme, but called by different people by different names, Brahman. The second leg, every individual has got a divine spark because every aspect of the creation is in every individual. It's a very fundamental principle, which means to say, in every one of these distinguished speakers is an expression of the divine. Once I understand that, I go to the third leg. What does it say? Principle of non-violation. What does it say? It says ahimsa, which means I cannot violate his feelings, I cannot violate his feelings, I cannot violate anybody's feelings. So therefore, I should respect. Not only I should follow the teachings of my religion, but I should respect and love the fact that others have got their own beliefs and each one has got their own path, because we believe that all rivers merge to the same ocean. That is the basic belief. So we have no right to change other people's belief, but that what you have believed, that you could carry on. So we literally say that at the end of the day, the principle of non-violation is violation of what? Violation of thoughts. Violation of what? Violation of feeling. Violation of what? Violation of action. All these things is the simple principle of ahimsa. In fact, Hindu comes from 2 words. Him comes from himsa, du comes from duram. All those people who are standing far away from violation are Hindus. This is the natural expression of that. It's an ideal that we must now aspire. If you don't follow these principles, then the fourth leg, which is what is called the law of karma. If you violate everybody else and do this, there is a payment that we need to pay. This is the 4 tenets. In fact, the law of karma is the river bank in which guides the river towards one. In other words, what we are simply saying is that, oh man, understand one truth. Flowers can be many, but garden is one. Stars are many, but sky is one. Cows are many, milk is one. Garland can be many, but the string that holds the various flowers is only one. Understand this truth and live happily to get peace, to get harmony, and to get the peace and the happiness, so that this table can be collectively coexisted for everybody in this world. That is the basic teaching from my understanding.
Very well, very nice.
Okay, thank you very much. Brothers and sisters, as you can observe, each panelist representing their own religion, their own faith, and their religions are not the same, but they share a lot of similarities. And here is where we celebrate the differences to move forward. For example, our fingers and the thumb is not the same. Different length, different shape. But the differences is where it functions well. So where we can coexist together, this is where we can reach our potential. Now let us move into our second round. In this second round, it is more of a talk show, more informal, and it will be spontaneous, random panels. Okay? So basically, the question is about drawing from your own personal experience and perspective. What practical steps should we take to achieve better interfaith harmony, particularly in Malaysia? What specific challenges or opportunities do you see in this journey? But before I pass to them the questions, brothers and sisters, they are very, very experienced panels. They have a lot to say. And to speak in 5 minutes is near to impossible. So I really appreciate you guys, okay? So with this, I will start randomly. Okay, since Dr. Charanjit is already holding the mic, I will start with Prof. Osman Bakar. Yeah.
Can I come back to where you stop me just now?
Can, boleh. Can.
No, it is very, very important to emphasize this point. The key to interfaith harmony is to identify our commonalities, strengthen those commonalities, and respect over differences, minimize those differences. To me, that is the most logical thing. So in Malaysia, for example, we should try, by all means, to strengthen our commonalities, especially with regard to religious matters, and strengthen and respect differences. Because differences, the range of differences can come from our ignorance. But through dialogue, we can decrease those differences as a result of mutual understanding. I think this is important. There are many other ways of strengthening our communities, and just now, Most Reverend Julian quoted the Bible, be peacemakers. And this is something that is universal. Islam also emphasized the importance of this question of peacemakers. In fact, the Prophet used to say to his companions, say salam, means say peace. That is a greeting. Say peace so that you may disseminate that the peace. But I just want to introduce Malaysia. Malaysians love to eat more than anybody else. Many of you, the younger people, did not remember, for example, the role of the durian. The role of the durian in strengthening commonalities. I don't think you remember that, Sanjit, but maybe Reverend remember that. No, as a result of the May 13 tragedy, riots, all right? How to bring about, again, mutual respect, mutual understanding. The answer of the government at the time was durian. Long before durian becomes what it is now. Yeah. So, rukun tetangga. Rukun tetangga means the spirit of neighborliness. To me, the first attempt at dialogicalism should be with neighbors. It's neighborliness. I think we should implement this. It is through the spirit of neighborliness, knowing one another in the neighborhood. And of course, we can have a durian festival. Yes, Malaysia, through food, can unite. Okay? Not just durian, even if it is halal food. In my young days, I'm not supposed to eat with chopstick. All right? This is haram. This is haram to eat with chopstick. But now Muslims eat with chopstick. After seeing Chinese Muslims from China eating with chopstick. All right? Now this, what I mean is we can explore so many ways how to strengthen these commonalities, right? From having a common theology, which is very important. Actually, what I wanted to say, the verse I quoted implies that it is possible to have a common theology. Since some religions may not want to identify there's no such thing as theology, all right, we can say spiritual worldview. We have a common spiritual view. Of course, there are differences, but just concentrate on it. I don't think the government can do that. It's very difficult, but maybe Action can do.
Okay.
Yeah?
We will come back. We will come back to you again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
One. Yeah.
Okay. Dr. Sharanjit, I'm sure you have something to say. Casual. This is casual. Okay. I'm sure you have something to say, but I would like to also add something. Okay. Prof also mentioned about May 13, the conflict and so on. And today we also have conflicts and stereotypes between different race, different faith, for example. How do you address this?
Okay. I cannot deny Malaysian people love food. It's a good start of harmonious society. If last time durian was taken to unite people, but today, every day, you go to mama shop or any restaurant, you can see Malaysia happily enjoy everyone's food. Coming from education background, I told to my student, who are 95% are Chinese, only Malaysian Chinese eat roti canai in the morning. Correct or not? If we eat roti canai in morning, during lunch, after we've tired from jam, cannot sleep, eat roti canai. Now we got frozen roti canai at home. All right? So food is good. But I also love if we can go further than food. All right? And I want to propose, if His Holiness mentioned active peace, if I'm not mistaken, I also came today with something positive. Active coexistence. We must play our part. All our religion have taught us to do something. Pandemic have shown us unity is possible. And Malaysian people, I have to say, 20 years teaching, to summarize one concept of ethos national, what is the spirit of Malaysian, is actually kindness. We are so kind. I have to say this to you. If you are stranded in airport in any part of world, when that come to social media that Malaysians are stranded, or any child need operation bills and so forth, we are the first to help. And I follow certain people in Facebook, for example, like Uncle Kentang. All right? And he helped everyone beyond faith. And those who help him to give donation, very good, kind-hearted people. So I think we must continue to have active coexistence.
Okay, I will get back to you, sis. Okay, active coexistence. Now I come back to my another sister. Okay, Venerable Singkan.
Yeah,
You see, there are differences in religions, in faith. There are differences. But how do we celebrate these differences as strength and not a source for division? So the differences in faith and religion, how can we celebrate this as a strength instead of making these differences as a reason for us to fight with one another?
We share the common values. I think we can encourage cross-religious collaboration, like volunteerism. When, like for example, in Malaysia, we have, it's very common, we have floods. Yeah, hopefully not only one race or one religion go forth and help. I think we can cooperate with other religious groups to go forward. Then from there we build the togetherness, and also there are many things that we can do, like celebration, yes, there where we can get together, understand each other, making friends, networks, and so on. Yeah, and as I emphasize, I think we should involve the youth. We are getting old. They will be the next one who will carry as I say, legacy of this interfaith harmony. So we should give them the platform, encourage them, encourage our youth to involve in all this interfaith, volunteerism, event, and so on. Yeah, and of course, the most important thing is leaders should have the right understanding, the right thought, and everything should be right. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay. Everything must be right. The right view, the right thought, the right speech, the right conduct, the right livelihood, the right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. It's very important. I agree with you. Okay, Dr. Suresh. Dr. Suresh is very experienced in interfaith dialogues, forums, programs for many, many years. I would like to ask you, what is the role of this interfaith dialogue, and how do you make these dialogues impactful? Because we have so many dialogues like this. During dialogues like this, we are all very peaceful and harmonious. But why does not reflect to the ground sometimes?
So this is why after the 9/11, we formed a group called Friendship Group for Interreligious Service. Look, if I am friend with you, moderator, I don't really need to know. I'm so friendly with you that whatever you believe, I'll accept you, because friendship, that's the most important thing. We must not look at each other with the eye of a suspicion. So the last 20 years, these various religious groups, the 5 religious groups with the seniors are here from the Buddhist community, the leaders are here, various other religious leaders, we work together, and we formed many interfaith service programs. We have formed interfaith choir, interfaith orchestra, interfaith plays, interfaith drama, interfaith debate, bringing young people together to experience that. So when we continue to experience and enjoy the friendship and celebrate every moment, we take the time and the trouble to understand. The problem with us is that we take a lot of time to misunderstand. That's how. So the point is we should understand. Once we understand, there's no problem. In fact, we had a workshop where the Muslims sat there, the Christians sat here, Buddhists, Sikhs and all that. And then we had the youth workshop, and we said, each of you write the standard operating procedure for a birth ceremony, for a marriage ceremony, and for a death ceremony. And we compared the notes. And suddenly we found the processes more or less is the same. Like Muslim, you shave the baby born, you shave the hair. So it's the same. The operating procedures are more or less the same. Intention may be a bit different, but we understand, hey, sama juga. Okay, that's it, we are done. We're okay. My friends, the problem here is that religious people have to create better versions of themselves so that the younger generation have faith and trust in the religion that we follow. You can get younger people to come in. But if religious people fight and quarrel and have decisions, they will say, hey, why should I follow? You all are fighting and quarreling among yourselves. We should become exemplary reasons why we should not be corrupted. If you're a religious person, you should not be corrupted. You should work together. We should show harmony and stand proud and tall that this is because of the teachings of my religion that I'm personifying the ideals. If people can see this, religion have a role to play, and this table will become relevant.
Okay, Dr. Suresh, I agree.
Just a minute.
I agree.
I teach corruption.
Okay.
I teach corruption. Is correct. 25% of corruption comes from religious institutions. Some statistic.
Okay. Dr. Suresh, thank you very much. As religious people, we must walk the talk, not just talk and talk and talk. I agree with you. And also you mentioned about similarities as was mentioned by Prof. Osman Bakar as well. Now, you also mentioned about understanding. Now, coming to Most Reverend Julian Liu. If your community, your own people, have misunderstanding or they resist interfaith initiatives, how do you address their concerns? Okay. Okay, this is the proof that these questions are spontaneous, okay? Okay, see, if your own community, your own Christian group, for example, if they have misunderstandings or they may resist interfaith initiatives, resist, they reject interfaith, how do you address their concern? On this stage, it's very difficult to hear one another. The echo, yes.
So just let me get the question
Okay,
right. If within my own,
your own community,
Catholic community,
yes.
they resist interfaith
dialogues,
how do I
address their concern?
Their concerns? Okay, thank you. I just want to give an example. Venerable Singkan's question also. I think you asked about how we see different faiths. They have different values, different things to offer. I give the example of the nasi lemak analogy. Nasi lemak, we have so many varieties, or rather colors, tastes, different functions. And if one is missing, kalau tak ada telur, tak ada kacang, tak ada sambal, it is not authentic nasi lemak. So I tell my people also, we live in a world, and I think COVID has taught us, we all need each other. No one can be an island. No one can solve the world's problems alone. We need each other. And therefore, we need to embrace each other's faith. Embracing here, I think Holiness mentioned upholding, knowing your own faith and respecting each other's faith. And therefore, we are all in the same boat. We are all traveling in this ocean and wanting to reach the other side. And we have to do this together. So I will tell them we need to accept, embrace, and appreciate what we have. And if one is missing, one instrument is missing in an orchestra, it is not perfect. So we need one another. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Prof. Osman Bakar, initially you mentioned the word government. Government. So my question to you is, what initiatives can the government take to promote interfaith harmony without being seen to be favoring any particular religion?
Thank you. We must understand, to answer your question, interfaith harmony is not a simple thing. It is complex. It is the fruit of different kinds of initiatives, programs. The role of the government is not to provide all these answers and then to impose these answers on the citizens. No, that's not the job of the government. The job of the government is just to create the right environment, the necessary environment for all of us, the various groups, the NGOs, the civil society, Masyarakat Madani, all these, they are the real actors, contributors. I think that is important. The government is not the authority to impose its solution of this to the society.
Okay. Do you agree if I say we should actually complement one another?
Sorry?
We should complement one another. the government, the NGOs, the community
All
leaders,
right.
for example, the people, the subjects, we complement one another towards this harmonious coexistence.
Yes, I agree with you. Especially that we should cultivate. So I want to come back to my idea of, well, it's not really my idea, I'm just affirming many others have said about this dialogical culture. In other words, Malaysia needs to develop step by step, but surely in the right direction as a dialogical community. Right? I mean, last year, in November last year, I think the Prime Minister, Tuan Anwar Ibrahim, opened an officiate and international conference between Islam and Confucianism. There, he quoted the view of Tu Wei Ming, Professor Tu Wei Ming, who said that the first dialogical teacher was Confucius. I think historically that is true. Historically, in the West, it's only a few decades later. In Athens, Greece, this Plato and Aristotle talk about this dialogue. Right? Now I add that the first Muslim community in Mecca, led by the Prophet, was a dialogical community. So now let us Malaysians make dialogical community as our goal. Right? And now in this enterprise, the government, together with the various groups of citizens, this Masyarakat Madani, the civil society, we should work together. In fact, eventually, it goes back to the individual person. Every citizen must play that role.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we are running out of time. Now, my final question for everyone in 1 minute. Okay? If you could implement one major initiative to promote interfaith harmony, what would it be? If you can implement one major initiative to promote interfaith harmonious coexistence, what would it be? I will start with my sister, Venerable Singkan. Okay, the mic, please.
Is this for everybody?
Everyone, okay?
Yeah, I think
Let's say you are the government now, for example, or you have the authority now to do one major initiative for interfaith. What would it be in 1 minute?
I think the university should allow to have interreligious studies, a department for the people to have the chance to study other religion, like what Muhammad Ashaq has done. And when he studied Buddhism, he can compare what are the similarities of it. And he has written so many books, Islam and Buddhism. I think the government should allow to have open a department for interreligious studies. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Then we have good scholars coming to promote.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Suresh.
Her mic is very good.
Okay.
So, you see, we are healthy. A virus gets into our body, we start sneezing. The moment we sneeze, we need to go to the doctor. So the sneeze is a symptom. Like that, we are already harmonious. Any time when there is not, system is not going towards harmony, or somebody and some groups of people are now defiling and creating some issue, there must be somebody who blow the whistle and stop this immediately and instantly. That quick response stops the fire. Because if that escalates, that disturbs everybody. That is what is needed. So problem is intelligent, quick intervention to stop this. Don't escalate and make it something very big. Intelligence is about making big fires small, making small fires disappear. That is maturity and that is evolution. Otherwise, everything will just keep on talking like this, talk. Others will be walking. We should talk and walk. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Charanjit.
I have to agree, we have to walk our talk. And I would like to propose something that everyone can do, because when we born with one very important skill, that is communication, to interact. With that, I want to propose, which I also told to my student, which is I always do in my everyday life, human library. Every moment of your life, not limited in this hall, everywhere you go, if you take MRT, you walk, you are waiting for someone, put away your phone, grab a person, talk. Talk with a good intention. It's not necessarily that you must talk about religion. Religion can be a very boring topic. All right? People fear of religion. Speak about anything. I don't even know about you. All right? Okay? Speak. Enhance. And I myself have talked to many people from different age, including the younger one, because I want to train those who I don't even know that being a Malaysian, we are in a very safe environment and we can discuss, we can talk. And it's very important that we play our role by communicating and increase our awareness of others. When you do that, automatically you are helping yourself to understand yourself better. So this is what I will propose, human library, which is very manageable, doable, and this is more long-lasting. Does not require any single money.
Okay, thank you very much. But the challenge would also be to start talking during the dinner also. Sometimes person is sitting beside you, message them. Okay, Most Reverend Julian Leo, please.
If I were the government, I would set up a ministry. We have ministries, unity ministry and all, but it has to be like-minded people who want to build unity, who are interested in lasting peace to overcome all these challenges that we are facing. So to form that ministry and to have a systematic, well-thought program right from the beginning. Education was mentioned. Right from the little children to have the concept of all that we are talking about, coexistence, harmonious coexistence. Because I think there's enough of divisive things in our society today. So to have all areas, to have dialogue, to have the media to be on board, to promote all the positive things and not half-truths and fake news. So everyone must come aboard to build a really cohesive society and to have common values that was mentioned. What makes us Malaysian? Can we identify ourselves, or we still are divided by race, by religion? So this ministry, this task force, to really meet, and this must be inter-religious, intercultural, and using all that is good from every faith, every culture, and build from there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Prof. Osman Bakar, please.
Well, they have suggested all should be suggested. So many things already. Okay, Brother Shah, I think if I am the government, better still if I am the Prime Minister.
Okay, I'll let you be a Prime Minister for 1 minute.
Okay. I will organize two events. I will request all the ministries, particularly Ministry of Education, to organize a real 1 week Interfaith Harmony Week. What do we do in that 1 week of Interfaith Harmony? To teach, to basically to let know the students in schools as well as universities what are the things we have in common? What do we want to basically to tell them also? How can we strengthen those communities? Point out the differences. Basically, to let the students know what are their commitments, what are their obligations as duties as citizens, how they can promote interfaith harmony. That is number one. Number two, this is more for the Minister of National Unity. Organize again a 1 week dialogical neighborhood. 1 week dialogical neighborhood, where again here how the people who live in the neighborhood, of course it's every neighborhood, in all neighborhood, how they can strengthen this interfaith harmony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. There you go. Brothers and sisters, from different faith, different religions, different background, but we find one common thing, that everyone wants peace and harmony. Isn't it so? And we usually would hear people will say, we must tolerate between one another. We must have tolerance. I agree, we must have tolerance. But tolerance alone is not enough. What does tolerance mean? I actually don't like what you do, but I will just tolerate. From tolerance, we must move up to acceptance. We must accept one another as we are. But accepting alone is still not sufficient, because I can still accept you without knowing who you are actually. From acceptance, we must move up to respect. Now, respect is not to be demanded. Respect is to be earned. I cannot respect you if I do not know who you are. For me to able to have respect for you, I need to know who you are. Only then I can respect you. So we need to learn from one another. We need to understand one another. And this is where we develop the mutual respect. Number two, sometimes we complain. Everything complain. We will never have harmony, because there's no harmony inside. If you want harmony outwardly, we must have harmony inside. For an example, if there is a cake, and I cut one piece from the cake, and I give to a little boy or a little girl, that boy or girl would feel so happy. He or she gets a piece of cake. Now the remaining, the whole cake with one piece missing, I give to another child. That child would be complaining, why did I get a cake with one piece missing? Forgetting that he has got a lot of pieces in that cake. So sometimes, brothers and sisters, we forget to count the blessings that God has given to us, and we always want to see what we do not have. Be contented with what we have and work for what we do not have, and appreciate one another. And there's a lot of similarities, but we also have differences in our theological teachings as well. So wherever we have similarities, let us work together. Whatever differences that we have, at least let us agree to disagree respectfully. And the last point here, being religious people, spiritual people, we must walk the talk. And among the signs of being religious or spiritual is keeping to the time. And the time is up, so I would shut up now. So with this, I say thank you very much.
Wow, what the talk for peace and harmony. What a great interfaith panel presentation. Here we'd like to thank once again Professor Emeritus Dr. Osman Baka, Archbishop Julian Liao, Professor Dr. Suresh Govin, Dr. Charanjit Kaur, Venerable Singha, and of course our moderator, Brother Shah Kirit. Thank you so much one more time. And all the speakers to make your way back to your seats as we have two more speeches to complete the today's interfaith session. Or maybe have one group photo first, Brother Shah, one group photo with panelists and yeah. Okay, we will have a group photo with His Holiness shortly. But just before that, let's say thank you one more time to our moderator and all our panelists. Thank you so much from all the interfaith. What a great panelist presentation indeed. Coming up next, we have a short reflection, a goodwill message highlighting the theme of peace, harmony, and mutual respect. This upcoming person is currently the religious advisor of Malaysian Buddhist Consultative Council, MBCC, and also the Buddhist Chief High Priest of Malaysia. Right, to come on stage to give us the reflection overview of the panel presentation. Join me and welcome Most Venerable Dr. Sri Dhammaratana Nayaka Maha Thera.
His Holiness and all the brothers and sisters in the Dham. Very good morning, or I don't know, afternoon. Maybe in between. So anyway, all the brothers and sisters, today we are here to share our knowledge about peace and harmony. I think I must thank to our Holiness, came from all the way from India to bring us together. I'm not sure whether I met him last time, but this morning, early morning, I was sitting next to him. I have learned many things from him. He has visited many places, many countries, and he wanted to know what is happening in Malaysia. So today, I hope you understand, you have learned something from our few brothers and sisters, all the religious brothers and sisters. They have shared with each other their experience living in Malaysia. Holiness, Malaysia is a multiracial, multireligious country. It's a beautiful country. And we are living together peacefully and happily. Why? Consider this country is one of the best countries to live with peace and harmony. Venerable says, dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, as I mentioned to you earlier, we are living in the multiracial and multireligious country. We go back to our school time. When we go to the school, when we go to our class, we have the Malay brothers and sisters, we have Chinese brothers and sisters, we have Indian brothers and sisters, we have Sikh and other brothers and sisters. Remember that when you go back, we were actually young age. We don't ask, are you Chinese or are you Malay or are you Indian? No. We are all brothers and sisters. We study together, we play together, we go to the canteen and eat together. None of us ask, what is your religion, what is your race? And we came from that type of background. Today, still we continue our diversity together with as a one family. Just now, you have listened to all the good brothers and sisters. Although we little bit say our Dato Osman, his background from Islam faith, our brother Julius came from Christian faith. So, but they can sit together. They have discussed among ourselves how we are living in multiracial, multireligious country. So, our organizers, they asked me to talk about together with bring up harmony. To me, just now, all our venerables and all the masters and all the senior people, we have been talking about how to bring peace and harmony. Actually, as one of the speakers mentioned, I'm sorry to say, how many of our children are here? Young people. Even this with the modern technology, they have been changing their education. What is happening? They think pastor earning money, they could, I don't know, influencer or influence. So they try their best to make themselves famous. Then by using modern technology. But they are going away from our family feeling. They are going away from spiritual feeling. I have been repeating many times. When we were young, together our family, we used to stay together and eat together in the same table and quickly run to our mother's lap, sit in mother's lap, quickly go into the father's lap. They used to feed us. But today what is happening? All the parents at this moment, father, mother, children, we sit together. But although sit together, maybe daughter say, Mommy, after dinner I'm going out. Mommy also take out handphone from the handbag and say, okay, make sure must come back. That is today 2024. But in the 10 years time, with the development with the AI, I don't think we have that family feeling. And same way, spiritual feeling also. Today you go to masjid, today you go to the church, today you go to the temple, getting lesser and lesser younger people. Mommy, Daddy, you can go to the temple, Mommy, Daddy, you can go to the church. We stay back and use the handphone. That is the hour. But, my dear brothers and sisters, time has come for us to wake up, think about future generation, younger generation, in order to build up a strong younger generation, we must go together with the modern technology. I think I have mentioned again a few times earlier, we divide millennium, then that age has passed already. Then again, slowly, and up to date, we have already changed so much. So, just now we were talking about peace and harmony. We must try our best to find the way to move together to build up a stronger peace and harmony for future. So therefore, I got one idea. Those days we used to drink coffee or tea or. Now 3 in 1. So what is wrong with the all in one? All in one together, we go for peace and harmony. Yes. In order to build up all in and one, now this generation, we can plant some seed in a younger generation mind. Since we are living in the multiracial, multi-religious country in Malaysia, next year onward, 2025, starting, what we have to do is, because our calendar, we have so many public holidays, either Christmas, Chinese New Year, Deepavali, Hari Raya, all the holidays. So why not we go get together? Incoming Hari Raya, we go to nearest masjid there. Imam, do you think we can come to the masjid and do some gotong royong before we Hari Raya? Do you think Imam going to kick you out? No, welcome. So same way, Christmas coming, we go to see the Archbishop, Venerable. Do you think is it okay we can come and do some gotong royong? Definitely he will welcome. So this is one of the good idea came into my mind. See, we start with this generation. So we try to get together and have a short meeting, and we go to nearest church or temple or mosque or Hindu temple or Gurdwara, we start something. So I hope all the brothers and sisters agree with me to start this project. So I will discuss with the Archbishop, I will discuss with all the other leaders. So we start to do something. Then definitely they will come on. As our brothers mentioned, when COVID-19 come, we go and do so many service. We distribute the food. We go and help many ways. So same way, when come together, we never think about the religion. We never think about race. So what we have to do is we must work together as a one family, one nation. Then we will be able to build up peace and harmony together with the new generation and move forward and have a beautiful country, beautiful nation, beautiful world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Most Venerable Dr. Dhammaratana Nayaka Maha Thera. Coming up next, we'd like to invite a prominent interfaith leader. He is a former trustee of the Global Council United Religious Initiative, a global interfaith organization based in San Francisco. He's also a former member of the National Interfaith Committee under the Prime Minister Department, Vice President of the Harmony Malaysia among people of diverse races, religions, and cultures in Malaysia, Ambassador of Peace for the Universal Peace Federation Malaysia, and current chairman of INSAF, Interfaith Spiritual Fellowship. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to invite Dr. Amir Farid Ishaq on stage for his closing remarks. Thank you.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, most compassionate, most peaceful, most just, most forgiving, and most loving, I greet you all. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon all of you. I am actually tasked to summarize the points that were discussed, presented earlier on, and then to make a call for action. I will not repeat all the points that have been shared, because my time will be up fast too. But we heard the wisdom of His Holiness sharing with us. And what struck me most was the importance of education. Again and again is repeated in the panel also, that we need to educate ourselves, we need to educate our children, but educate on what? And then we heard about the importance of dialogue. And the theme of today's gathering is globalization and religion. So I would like to draw your attention to the globe. Okay? We have the globe, which is our home to 8 billion people at the moment, and possibly another 8 or maybe even 10 or even 12 billions have left before us. And look at the religious symbols. There are 6 there, representing the 6 major religions in Malaysia. And on stage, on the panel just now, we had 5. Yeah, we didn't have the Tao. But other than the 6, there are probably 6,000 other religions, faiths, spiritual traditions, and what have you. And you have to plus 2. Then you have the atheists who don't belong to religions, and the agnostics who don't belong to religions. So, are there too many religions? You know, all the religions, and we heard 5 of them, all talk about love, peace, compassion, right? Was that what I heard? Was the same thing that you heard? The need to tolerate each other, love each other, accept each other? And that's only 5, and I just told you there probably is another 6,000. But there's so much disharmony also in the globe among the 8 billion people, right? Is it because there are not enough religions talking of peace? 6,000 too many already. Okay, I remember my late godfather, the late Chief Dhammananda, uncle to our present Chief Dhammaratana. He said, if religion is to promote peace and there's still no peace in the world, that means there are not enough religions. But on the other hand, if you look among the major causes of disharmony and fightings and even wars is between religions. You know, the Muslims and the Christians, they fought for 300 years in the Crusades. And in India, there was a bitter history between the Muslims and the Sikhs, and there are many, many examples. So if you look at that, maybe there are too many religions. Okay? So it is not the number of religions that's the issue. It is the people who claim to follow the religions that are the issue. So which is why I want you to, instead of going through the points, I want you to reflect on this. For those of us who belong to religions, and I believe the majority, if not all, or almost all who are here, belong to an established religion. And we can divide our religious teachings in two parts. One is the theology, right? About whether there is God or there's no God. And if you talk about theology, then you look, if you put all the 6,000 symbols there, you're going to have quite an interesting hodgepodge of differences of what they think about God. There's no God. And then there is God, there's only one God. And then there's many gods. And then even the one who say there's one God also then argue, no, there's three in one God. No, there is an infinity of manifestations of that one God, and so on and so forth. The other part, other than the theology, is basically the religions teach us on how to live and be prosperous in this world. Is that right? Basically, there's two. The theology, and the other part is how to live your life here. And is that part, that how to live your life here, is what we heard just now. You have to respect each other, know each other, love each other, blah, 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 blah. Right? At the same time, those religions that believe in God talk about that you must love God, worship God, etc. But believe me, please reflect on this. Even though all our religions teach us to love one another, and at least for those religions that believe in God, it is God that tells them to love one another, correct? Those who believe in God. Okay? But the people who claim to believe in the religions, who claim to believe in the God that they believe, openly defy God, because in their so-called attempt to defend their belief about their God, that's what caused them not to love the other people of other religions. Why do you think people of religions who are taught to love one another end up quarreling, fighting, going wars with the other? Is it because you pray different from me? Is it because your religious festival is different from me? No. The reason humanity that believe in religion fight each other is because of their disagreement over the theology. Right? God is this. No, God is this. No. In the name of God, I'll kill you. No, in the name of God, I'll kill you first. So who is a terrorist? So if we really want this globe to be at peace, we have to follow the teachings of our religion about respecting the right of the others to believe about God the way they choose to believe. Whether there is God or not, you respect. You may not agree, you have to respect that. And love them in spite of that. So that is my first call of action. Can you love everyone around you even though they don't believe in your God? Yes or no? Yes or no? If you cannot, then better go home. You're not going to have peace. I'm not saying that you believe in what they believe. No. The first clause, we must respect the right of the others to believe in the theology they believe. If they say there's no God, is they are right. You don't believe in God, but I still want to love you. That's the first call. Okay. And then about what next to do, you know, you have heard of the term NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization. All right, okay, another, it also is acronym for another term, which means no action, talk only. And often we religious people have been accused of that. You have been having so many dialogues. Okay? So we don't want it to be just NATO. We don't want it to be Dota. That just now was no action, talk only. Okay? The other one is, we do want to be Doto. Dialogue, sorry, Nado. No action, dialogue only. Okay? We had an excellent panel just now, led by an excellent moderator, which enabled us to learn a lot from their sharing. And many of the suggestions that came out have been done. For example, Prof. Shures has shared with us, he is leading a group, the friendship group of interfaith service, helping a lot of people together under multi-religious membership, plus many other activities. But what I want to share with you is something I actually learned from the Catholic community, which is we should continuously be having a dialogue of life, right? Like what Dr. Charanjit shared about talking to people. Everything we do should be looked upon as having a dialogue, right? It's not just about dialogue of talking about religion. Dialogue of life means everything you do in your life that can enhance interfaith, interreligious, interracial harmony, that need to be pursued. And there are many, many ways. You can eat together, like Dr. Charanjit said. You can have sports together. You have cultural activities together, and even sing and dance together. But of course, when you sing and dance, and the Muslim man can only dance with the men, the Muslim girl can only dance with the girls. Okay. Then Prof. Osman Bakar put a proposal that if he was the PM, then he want to have 1 week of harmony action together. Actually, Prof, since 2011, United Nations already has been celebrating the World Interfaith Harmony Week, right? At that time, I was a member of the National Interfaith Committee, together with some of the religious leaders here, and we participated in the first Global World Interfaith Harmony Week, and we actually won the second prize also for the activities that we did. So every first week of February is the World Interfaith Harmony Week. Okay. So my challenge to everyone here who belong to any religious organizations or whatever, let us put it into action. Right? United Nations, at the suggestion of the then King of Jordan, established the World Interfaith Harmony Week So we should get our hands together, do something, right? The dialogues are important. The discussions are important. But we need to go to the ground. You cannot always just give talk on the stage and a hall like this. We need to have activities on the ground. How it's going to be done, it's something that we need to discuss, but my challenge to everyone, if you really want to do some action to bring peace and harmony to the globe, we have to do around us, neighborhoods, all the relevant, different religious organizations should come together and plan something. And we should make this World Interfaith Harmony Week alive every year. Right here, it was celebrated by the National Interfaith Committee for a few years, but then it almost like died down. This is the 14th year. This 14th year. Maybe some of you have not even heard of the World Interfaith Harmony Week. So I think we should capitalize on that. There is already a United Nations endorsed global activity called the World Interfaith Harmony Week. All right, last but not least, all those programs together in Malaysia. Many of you remember last time we used to sing Mohiba, Mohiba, right? Right, but you don't hear that song anymore. Okay. The Malay understanding of Mohiba is like peace, harmonious living together. But the original Arabic root word, means love. And so the real meaning of Mohiba are people who love one another. So how beautiful it is. We were singing a song about loving one another, but even though we didn't understand it as deep as meant to be, but still it was good. Harmony, peace and harmony together, but that is lost. So today, after this, there's going to be a Mohiba dance. Right? Okay, so that should start, right, as far as we are concerned, a revival of the spirit of loving one another, right, through the dance of Mohiba. And let us not stop and die there. We carry on the flame of Mohiba, right? And I must note, and among us in the presence here is a scholar who is also my sister, my beloved sister, Professor Kamahania, who wrote a book and treatise and essays on Mohiba, right? So she can help advise us also. So thank you very much. I think I also exceeded my time. But I live with these words that as a human being, I love all of you. Salam alaikum.
We love all of you too. Dr. Amir, we'd like to remain you on stage. Dr. Amir, we'd like to remain on stage as we now like to invite His Holiness together with all the speakers and the panelists up on stage for a token of appreciation. Okay, can we have His Holiness together with Professor Osman Baka, together with Archbishop Julian Liao, Professor Dr. Suresh Govin, Dr. Charanti Kaur, Venerable Singkan, Moderator Baras Shah Kirit, His Holiness together with Most Venerable Sri Saranankara, and also Most Venerable Dr. Dhammaratana Nayaka for a group photo. Here we also like to invite Sister Taisitupa, who is Deputy President of Vajrayana Buddhist Council Malaysia, to give a token of appreciation to all our guests today, the panelists, together with our speaker for the day. Sister Taisitupa, our Deputy President of VBCM, to give away a token of appreciation to all our panelists and speaker, followed by the group photography. It's a very beautiful batik handkerchief representing Malaysia. Muhibah, from Muhibah with love. Okay, let's have a group photography. And now we'd like to remain on stage, all the front seats, all Sangha members, together with President of VBCM, Brother Chiwingi, President of Papong, all the front seats, Brother Hema, Dr. Sel, Sangha, Amala, our Indian embassy expat, please come on stage as well. Brother Casey. We'd also like to invite Brother Casey from Dalai Lama Representative Office. And also together with Brother Pak. Brother Pak, are you here? Brother Pak, yes. Okay, get everyone inside? Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, His Holiness. Thank you, all our panelists, all speakers. Thank you so much. You may go back to your seats. I would like to remain the Deputy President of VBCM on stage for his thank you closing remarks. Sister Taisitupa is also the organizing chairperson of this Interfaith Harmony Gathering of Globalization and Religion. Ladies and gentlemen, join me and welcome on stage the organizing chairperson, Sister Taisitupa, for the word of thanks. Thank you. Big hand for Sister Taisitupa.
As it's already past noon time, so my speech will have to change into good afternoon. Good afternoon and warmest greeting to Your Holiness, the 12th Chamgon Kenting Taisitupa Ramaja, Mr. Rajesh from the High Commission of India, the First Secretary, Most Venerable Datuk K. Sri Dhammaratana, Most Venerable B. Sri Saranankara, Venerable Singkang, members of the Maha Sanghas, distinguished speakers, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the co-organizers, I would like to thank Your Holiness and all the distinguished and eminent speakers for your presence to share your wisdom on this important topic of bringing peace and harmony to our community, our beloved country, and the world. First and foremost, a sincere and special thank you to Chief Reverend Saranankara for your advice and guidance to make this event more significant than when it was first mooted. We would also like to thank all supporting organizers for their contribution and support. My sincere appreciation to the Working Committee members for all the untiring efforts, and especially to Brother Pek Chi Hen, who is instrumental in connecting the panel list of luminary speakers. Thank you, Brother Pek. Warmest thank you are accorded to all the volunteers from the various organizations who work wholeheartedly and tirelessly in setting up the stage with beautiful flowers arrangement. And thank you to the group who did all this arrangement. Thank you. Designers for the poster and keychains that you have all received. If you have not received your keychain, please go to the counter and receive your keychain. The registration, the team in the holding room, ushers, and everyone who has helped in one way or another to ensure the event will run smoothly. Our appreciation and heartfelt thanks are hereby extended to all the sponsors, for without their contributions, this event will not be possible at all. Please give a clap to the sponsors. Thank you so much. And to complete the manifestation of our appreciation and heartfelt gratitude, we now extend our thanks to each and every one of you who are present at this meaningful Interfaith Harmony Gathering. May all be well and happy, and be ready to serve all humanity so that our world will become a better place. We can make this happen by working together in unity and harmony. Please give ourselves a round of applause for being a part of today's significant event. Now please relax and enjoy the grand finale, namely the performance that Dr. Amir has mentioned, the Muhibah performance. Please sit back and enjoy. Thank you. Thank you for all your presence.
Thank you, Sister Seat. Here we'd like to invite the Muhibah dancers on stage for the finale closing performance of multiracial, highlighting the multiracial of Chinese, Malay, and the East Malaysia Sarawakian as well. Please enjoy. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the dancers from Ole Retro. Thank you so much for the Muhiba closing ceremony dance. With this, we are concluding the Interfaith Harmony Gathering here of the Globalization and Religion. What a great session, what a great morning session we had together. Let's say thank you to every one of you, especially His Holiness and all our respective panelist speakers and invited speakers to join us for this great Interfaith Harmony. We just hope that we can have these every year, and then we have invite His Holiness to come back again to Malaysia to join us for more of Interfaith together. Thank you so much. My name is Stan Wong from VBCM. On behalf of VBCM and the organizers, we say thank you so much. It has been a great morning. We'd now like to invite His Holiness and all our panelists and all VIP guests for lunch that we have prepared for you all, especially those with the green band. The ushers will usher you to the room for your lunch. You may proceed now. And for those, all of you, and for every one of you who are still with us, we have also prepared light refreshment outside at the foyer for you all to enjoy the lunch before we call it a day. Happy Sunday to you all, and we'll see you very soon again. Thank you.